And then vary the pressure. So lighten up a little bit, and then there you go. There you go. Okay. See, you changed the pressure. Yeah. You were pushing a little too hard. Yeah. Pushing a little too hard. All right, so this is your Adams Wright release tool. You see the little locking pawl in the back there, that little roller? That's what engages the cam. So this tool would come in through the door. See how it's nice and thin? So you have to have at least that much room. It comes up, and then it grabs that little roller. See it grabbing the roller? Can you see it? Okay. And then click. Nice. Unlocks the door. And then you got to get it undone so that you get it out without breaking the tool. Pretty cool. I'm here with Jonathan Darby, and we are at the ALOA Fundamentals, or FOL, training program. Tell us a little bit about your experience this week so far.
It's been pretty good. I mean, I would say that, I didn't really know what to expect, and when we got in here, I knew there was going to be some book learning. It's always part of any class, but I think what I've been surprised by most is just how much hands-on experience I've gotten. And since I didn't have a lot of hands-on experience, it was good for me to get that. So.
Absolutely, absolutely. So what did you know, what would you rank yourself as when you started here, and what would you rank yourself as now after leaving this 1-week class?
I basically knew next to nothing. I've probably been in the industry for maybe 2 weeks max. I've done some of the Foley bell saw, courses, which is, again, it's all online. There's no sort of practical application aspect to it. So I would say, ranking myself, I would be an absolute beginner. And I would say after this class, I would say I'm still a beginner, but I've got some good seasoning, like really good seasoning. Like when I go back to my shop, my level of familiarity with everything in there is going to have probably increased, by 20 or 30 times.
Oh, really? So you think when you go home, you could cut a key to code? If somebody brought a key into the shop, you can decode a key.
Yes.
If you don't have the numbers on it. You can master key a lock, which is what we just covered today.
Yes.
We've gone over impressioning.
Yes.
We've gone over lock picking.
Yes.
And so you feel that you could be proficient to where you could start to do a ride along with somebody and really learn how to really be an apprentice, and then take a couple months with somebody or a couple weeks riding in the van and be able to be a proficient locksmith.
Yes, yeah. Like I said before, I would say before I started, I was an absolute beginner, and everything was just new. I didn't even know what I was looking at. Whereas now, if I were in a ride-along, you could probably consider me like a beginning apprentice, which somebody that has sort of a background of knowledge where they actually have context for what they're seeing in the real world.
So it'd be worth it for a shop owner to send somebody to a class like this so that they could come back and then start beginning to ride along and catch information a whole lot faster.
Yes. Yeah, I think that you would probably shorten. It might have taken me 3 or 4 months to kind of get this information.
We condensed months into days.
Right. It's been compressed into a week, and so I am ahead of the curve, as they say.
Awesome. Really good. And what do you think of the instructors that we had here? We've had a lot of experienced instructors now.
The instructors are great. Everybody clearly knows exactly what they're doing. There's just such a variety of tips and tricks, that they've gained through real-world experience that they're sharing with us. And these are things probably that would not have been included in a book, but, we're kind of getting to pick up. And, who knows when I would have figured some of that stuff out, years along. So, again, it's almost like a cheat code to kind of advance yourself.
Absolutely. So well worth the investment?
Yeah, I would definitely say so.
Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
Have a wonderful day.
Yes, sir.
If you're looking to become a locksmith, this is the place to start your journey. The ALOA Fundamentals Training Education Week is an excellent course where lunch is provided, and some of the top-tier instructors in the industry are available to teach their decades of knowledge to you and your employees. If you have employees, this is the fantastic opportunity for them to learn and come back to your shop ready to start making your company money. Check out aloa.org for more information. Hey everyone, this is Wayne here, and I want to talk about Framon Manufacturing for a second. First of all, the Framon No. 2 key machine is hands down one of the biggest staple marks in the locksmith industry. If you have not used this machine before, I definitely recommend using one and trying it out and using it in your van. I have had one in my work trucks that has been wrecked twice. Literally, the vehicle was wrecked 2 completely separate times, and the Framon No. 2 survived. Also, any of their other key machines, their duplication machines, they're all built to the same standards with the same high quality precision parts. The machines usually outlast the locksmith. So if you are going to be considering getting a new key machine for your shop or your van, consider Framon Manufacturing. I use them, and they are of the highest quality and utmost precision. Thank you very much, and check out Framon Manufacturing.
Framon Manufacturing also supports the ALOA Academy and can usually be found in their keying class.
Alright, so we've got a Corbin antique mortise body lock here, and the customer's saying that the latch doesn't come out, so it's got to be a spring issue. So I don't have my camera holder, but I'm going to try and set something up so you guys can see. There's a nail in there. Look at that. That's bizarre. So it looks like somebody's disabled this. So I'm wondering, since it's already disabled, I might be able to put... Oh no, that's the lever there, so that turns this. Okay, so this spring is the one that's toasted here. Okay, I wonder if we can re-stretch that. Let's see here. And re-stretch it out. Some spring tension back in this bad boy. Make it want to push that lever back out and then lubricate it, and we might just be able to revitalize this sucker. So stretch this spring out. Push that back out. Haha! What do you know? Look at that. So we were able to re-stretch the existing spring. I might do that one more time just to make sure everything's stretched out to maximum capacity, so we won't have to do this again. Stretch each one of these out to maximum capacity here. So now I'm going to go ahead and flush this out with some lubricant or some carb clean, and then we got cobwebs and all kinds of stuff in there. Let's see if we can get this Okay, so we've got everything cleaned out. We sprayed everything down with some carb clean, and we've got everything lubricated now. Let's see if we can focus. So you can see we've got lubrication in the lubrication points here. It's going to push back, and now we have spring tension to actually push it back. We've got this piece. I used a little dab of heavier duty grease on the main contact points, which would be right where this brass piece meets this lever here, and then right where this brass piece and this shaft slide back and forth there. And then we used a little tri-flow to lubricate the shafts and all of the other moving pieces. And now we're going to put everything back together, and I'm betting everything's going to work very, very nicely for how old this thing is. And just don't build them like they used to. That is for sure. Turn spring feels really nice in there now. It's really good. Let's go put this puppy back on the door and see how she works. Oh yeah, this is cool stuff, man.
Can you help me? I need more energy.
And let's see, the next call we got here is we got a call that they're locked out of their safe,
More energy.
and she said that it's got a key, but the key doesn't work.
Help me.
Okay, that's all fine and dandy. I usually just don't pay attention to a lot of that stuff. I just let the customer kind of get it out until I can get on site. And then she said that the battery pack was broken. Well, this one turned out to be really nice because the battery pack, they have two safes, which having two safes is the best case scenario for a locksmith or safe technician. Here's why. Number one,
More energy.
you have a template, you have a demo unit, you have something working and something not working, and so all you have to do is figure out what's not working and
More energy.
figure out how to make that work on the one that's not working, right? So we were able to take the battery pack off of the one that did work and basically splice it on to the one that didn't work. And the key didn't matter. So with these Century safes, the key is not an override key to where if the electronics don't work, you put the key in and it opens the safe. This is quite the opposite. In fact, it's a secondary lock, meaning that if you give the code out and you don't want anybody that has the code to actually have access to the safe, then you lock the lock with the key block. And even if you have the code, then it doesn't work. Having that little bit of knowledge and understanding up here and knowing how that works gave me everything that we needed to make sure that we could get that safe open in a very easy manner. And like I said, perfect demo right beneath it. If we had to drill or do something different, we'd have a perfect working model right there, which is best case scenario. And then we had the battery pack, splice the battery pack onto the safe that's locked up because the wires broke and the whole battery pack was pretty much disintegrated. So we couldn't just rebuild the other one or reattach the other one. Popped the safe that wasn't working open, and then I asked, which one do you want to work until we can order a new battery pack? Which one do you want to work? And they said, just leave that one there. So we put some little low voltage connectors, some little beanies on there, and everything's working. Everything's good to go. So just got to use this sometimes, and you have to have knowledge of how the safe is supposed to function if you're going to override it and fix it. So good stuff for today. Pretty interesting day, really cool stuff. I'm actually headed to another overhead door, that's they can't move right now, so that'll be fun. Thanks for watching.
Okay, so on these emergency roll-up door projects, the only way that I'll take them is I tell them I do not deal with the spring, unfortunately. And this spring here is obviously what is broken. Now, I was able to get this door to a position to where it could roll up manually and be secured for the night, and that's all they requested me to do. So make sure that you just let your national service provider or whoever you're working for know that what your capabilities are and what you're willing to work with. Also, here is a disaster of a door. I thought this was too funny to leave out.
Alrighty, so we got a call to do, the lady said that she couldn't lock her deadbolt, so it ended up being a mortise body lock. We were able to just do some basic tuning and lubrication of that to get that to work into place, and then some adjustment of how it was going into the strike and the frame. And then she also had an additional lock that was very, very old, antique. Took like a bit and barrel style key. She didn't have the key for it, but she was saying that you would turn the handle and the latch wouldn't pop back out. So I couldn't take video because I just didn't feel that would be appropriate at that location. But you can see, I'll post some of the pictures, you can see one of the return springs. There's 2 flat return springs, and one of the return springs fell out and it was down in the key area. So that would have actually caused problems had she tried to use the key or had she had the key. And then now, because it's only got half the spring pressure, it's not going to work either. So we were able to put that back in position, put it back where it goes, stack it on top of each other, and everything works. That is the difference between a locksmith and a person who just says, oh, it's broke, replace it. Well, you can't replace that hardware. So you've got to put the smith back in locksmithing. And I hope more people do that. I hope this documentary series encourages more people to do that as well. So thanks for watching. Check it out. I'll post some pictures. Have a good one.
So here you can see that flat piece of spring laying on the levers, which would be where your key would go in. I'm pointing to it directly right here. There needs to be 2 of those up in the top, and that's actually the return spring for the spindle. So now that we've got them both sandwiched back together, you can see that we've got it repaired. So the problem with this simply was that there was only 1 return spring and it wasn't enough to bring the lever back or bring the handle back and bring the latch back. So once we put that back where it needed to go, everything was good to go. Pretty fun little task right here. This portion of the Locksmith documentary is brought to you by Frontline Defense Systems. Frontline Defense is your best defense against intruders and break-ins. The overlapping design is almost mandatory for any electronic access that gets installed on doors, in my opinion. The interlocking design makes this a bomb-proof setup, and I highly, highly recommend it to anyone who is installing electronic access or wants to improve security. Here we're going to change some batteries on an alarm lock. I believe it's a 1250. It's the deadbolt or the hook bolt version. It's not the lever version. So you simply take off the little cover cap on the inside, and then if you shine a flashlight down in there, as I showed before, that cap and the little door begins to come off. And then you've got that little ribbon right there so you can pull the batteries out. It takes the 1, 2, 3 batteries, like the old camera style batteries. I also find that using lithium batteries tends to work better in the cold. Obviously we are in the cold here in Colorado, so definitely those lithium ion batteries tend to last longer and they tend to deal with the cold a whole lot better. So that's a little tip for you if you're replacing your batteries on your alarm lock. And then here we go, just simply tighten the screw or the Phillips head from the inside, tighten it back up so that it can't be tampered with, and you are now set and good to go.
Know that will never be on the day that I'm here that it finally stops.
Oh yeah, I know. Okay,
Cool.
have a
Thank
great
you.
day.
I appreciate it.
Thanks.
As a small business, RMR or recurring monthly revenue is a huge factor and has literally changed the way I do business. Simply by leaving some information about the Halo Pulsar security system can add thousands to your monthly income. Click below.
Hey, what's going on? Got a kind of a unique one today. Wiser, I believe.
knob lock. These are a little funky. You have to have a key or you have to pick the lock in order to get it open, which kind of makes it a little more difficult. And then there's no detent on the side. You can see there's no detent or anything in there. So I've already picked this once, and we cut a key for it, but for some reason it's not working, and I'm guessing it's because it's Wiser bitting and not quickset. So I'm gonna go ahead and try and pick this little ditty again. Leashy tool here. See if we can get it to... And it is crusty. I mean, this thing is just crusty. I'm gonna put a little more lubrication in here and see what we can do. But yeah, we cut it out on there and it just did not work, so we'll wrap a key in here. This is the key we cut, and as you can tell, it's not working. Just trying to get that lubrication really working in there. Goes. So now that we have it turned over, now we should be able to pull this in here, be able to get this to come out the front. There it goes. Okay, so that thing pulls out and twists. There it goes. Okay. So see, it pulls. You have to pull. You have to have the key. You have to pull. You have to twist, and then it will release the cylinder out the front. And I think these things are absolute, utter, and complete pieces of garbage because this is plastic. Everything is plastic. This whole thing is plastic. Pretty crazy. But we got it turned over, so I guess I'll just go ahead and show you. We can rekey this thing. Looks like we need a flathead screwdriver for this snap ring. Be nice if I had a set of snap ring pliers. Might have to use a stabby tool and a pick. These are a lot of work if you're just rekeying some stuff. These are a lot of work to work with. So just know, if your customer sends you a picture of these things, it's going to be way more work than just your average job. And so what I was able to do, since I've got snap ring pliers somewhere, but I just use these two ice pick tools or O-ring remover tools put them in each one of the holes and then pry together, and it'll start to come up like this. Okay. Now you can just kind of work it around. Don't always keep your finger over it so it doesn't go flying off into the abyss. And then we need a follower that hopefully not let the pins fall. Okay, so you're going to have that little ridge. You're going to have that kind of goofy shaped back piece. You just don't want the cylinder to blow up here. Okay. Got it. Let's see how close we were with our key. Oh boy, not even. Weird. Okay, so now I'm just going to sight read this guy out rather than do it the other way. Let's see. So I'm going to go 3, 2, 3, 4, 4. Let's see what that gets us. Gets into our 2, 3, 4, 4. See if we're anywhere near it. I'll adjust it from there. Okay, so we get to, it's pretty close. Just gotta adjust it a little bit. Looks like we need to go down another spacing at least. So I'm gonna do 4, 3. Because it needs to be cut down, I can use the same key blank. If it was too deep, we couldn't do that. 4, 3, 2, 5. All right, that looks like it. So we'll be able to take this and put it back together and make that work. Okay, you can see everybody's all nice and happy in there. There's already kind of a flat, I mean, the cylinder looks like it was filed. Yet again, under normal circumstances, if I didn't want to just kind of capture this on video just to show you how to service one of these because they're so odd and rare. There we go. Very nice, very smooth, very good. I would just replace the lock in most cases. Plastic cylinder, definitely don't like that aspect of it. You know, just all of the things about it just are, and it's probably, you know, 20, 30 years old or more, probably 30 or 40 years old actually. So to put this snap ring back on, just do our little trick and put it back in place. There it goes. Okay, click, click. Snap ring back in place. And then make sure we have our working key. Beautiful. And we'll put this thing back together. There, and then voila, we're back to working. Okay, so the whole thing about this is you have to have the key or have it picked, and you have to have this piece, you have to have this whole thing out of the lock. You can't service this lock cylinder. The main point behind this video is you can't service this lock cylinder without having the entire thing out, number one, and having the key, number two. So thanks for watching. After working with the WorkEase program for several months now, I can tell you hands down, this is one of the best ways to help your business grow. It automatically sends my customer a text message, so if I miss a call, instead of that customer calling the next locksmith, what they do is they get a text message automatically, and that's in your settings. So you get an automatic text message, hey, this is Wayne with Tri-County Locksmith Service, please send me your contact information, and we'll get to you as soon as possible. Sorry we missed your call. Then after that, after they pay their bill, so that gives me another chance, they think somebody's interacting with them, or they know somebody's interacting with them, so now that gives me another chance to go ahead and save that customer so they don't call the next person down the line. The next thing that happens is we get the job, deal with the customer, complete the job, write them an invoice, and then after they complete their invoice, it then sends them a follow-up text message with our review page. So it asks them, hey, if you liked your service, we have a review page, please go ahead and check that out. That's a great way to get Google reviews. So not only am I saving time, not only am I saving my customers when I can't answer the phone if I'm out of service or if I'm on the phone with another customer, I get the second chance to get that text message automated, and this is the only automated system that I've seen that takes care of this like this. It's saving hundreds, if not thousands of dollars every single month. I highly recommend the WorkEase system. Click the link down below and see if WorkEase can help your business grow. Okay, so you can see that this lock cylinder works. So, okay, extends the bolt. So let's say it's blocked, and then you can see the key comes out. What happens if the key is broken in the cylinder like that? Okay. Well, you can't pull it out. We may not have enough room to pull it out per se. However, the pins are already still lined up. Okay, so the door is locked. Up just a little bit. Okay, so the door is locked, as you can see here. Let's zoom in just a little bit. And what we're going to do is take two little screwdrivers, two little flat blade screwdrivers like so, and we're going to rotate the cylinder in. See if that works. Okay, don't go that way anymore. So we're going to go this way. So see how I'm rotating the cylinder. Okay, we're stopping that way, so we do have to go the other way. So we'll just rotate this around. Like so. Zoom back out so you can see that it retracts the deadbolt, but you got to make sure that there's no pressure on the door. Okay, see how it just retracted the deadbolt? Two little screwdrivers like that. Okay, let me show that again. A little closer up here. Okay, so because the pin, as long as this cylinder still moves, you can still use the key to lock it. Hey everyone, this is Wayne here with Pacific Lock Company and Pack Blue by Pack Lock. This is a Pelican case demo unit that you can literally have in your van or in your shop. You could set this up in your shop, but really within the Pelican case unit, you can actually send this out with your technicians. I have used this system and been able to sell it right on the spot because I had this directly right in my truck ready to go. I'm going to show you what's inside here real quick. You just pop these little clips. It's a very compact, very eye-catching little unit. And as soon as you pull it out, you really have your customer's attention. It has this laminated portion here so you can tell them all about the features. And this is the easiest to install hardwired electronic access system on the market, hands down. This is your power supply. It's this big. It's the size of a pack of cards or a deck of cards, for crying out loud. This is your power supply, and this is your reader. It communicates with your phone app so that you can actually operate the unit. And if people ask, well, there's no keypad on the outside, there's no reader on the outside, there's no credential reader, it's a clean installation. And you can literally show them how this works just by using the external device right here. This pops off and allows you to add a 9-volt battery. So if your customer asks you, hey, what happens if the power goes out on my building? How do I actually operate this system? Well, you hook that 9-volt battery up right to this right here. You could install it on the outside just like a mechanical key override, and then your blue light will come on, and you can literally show them how their system would work. Here's the button on the back to go ahead and release, and you could also show them how the app works. You can connect this to your phone, to your text phone. They can show how the app works. They push the button, it unlocks, or you can show them how the button works right here. Okay, super easy, super clean, super cool, and it shows them and gives them an idea of how this system works right in their hand. Okay, so this is the electronic strike version that they're going to give you with the 9-volt battery. The other one, they're going to give you a magnetic locking system. It's going to plug directly into your transformer. We could plug this into the 9-volt battery unit too, but I actually have this set up to where it's plugged right into power. So you literally just grab your power cord, and this is, instead of hiring an electrician and having a power supply, that's all you do. Then it brings the light on to blue, as you can see here. Click. You show them that the magnetic lock works, just like that. The mag lock works right there. And then when you hit the button on the app, click, and the magnet comes off. Okay, power comes back on, magnet sticks back on. You can literally put this in your customer's hands, let them touch it, let them feel it, let them see it, and it looks awesome. It looks like it's new and fresh and secure more than anything else, with no external keypads. This is the future of electronic access. For more information, check out the website below. Please call or email your supplier and ask them for the Pacific Lock Company's Pack Blue system, and ask them for this demo case right here so that you can show this to your customers and start selling this today. You can also get monthly recurring revenue from products like this, because there's a monthly subscription that goes along with it that you can actually get a piece of, so you can earn money long term. Every time you sell one of these systems, you get monthly recurring revenue for your business and your company. Thanks for watching. Check out Pack Blue by Pack Lock. Thanks for watching.